welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house or in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back over here with the hoodies. Please make sure you like and share the video. Please and thank you very much. Make sure also, if you are new here, if you happen to be new here and gracing my platform, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you so very much. And because I always forget to say it throughout my live, please feel free to cash app a girl if you want to. $ the hood table 402. All right. What up, room shaker? How you doing, love? How are you doing? I've been watching a few videos. Let's see. I watched a little bit of Goosey because I think Goosey was on for 17 and a half hours. So I think I probably got about an hour in, maybe give or take. I did watch some of Olivia. I did watch some of Pisa. I did watch some of Lemon, and I did watch some of Envy. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. What up, V. Lachey? How you doing, love? Welcome. You said listening, folding, laundry, happy Saturday. Honey, that's what I'm about to be doing. Child, hold on. Let me show y'all this. Let me show you this real quick. Y'all, they ain't playing over here. Y'all see this? Y'all see this shit? How cold is it where you are? This is how cold it is where I am. I got up this morning and it was -1. And then I think about an hour or so ago, I was like, Alexa, hold on. Let me see if Alexa can hear me. Let me see if the homegirl can hear me from my office. Cause she way in my bedroom. Alexa, what's the temperature right now? Out there. Thank you. Ciao.
You're welcome. Stay warm out there.
Did you hear Alexa say, stay warm out there? And you're welcome. That bitch is smart. But yeah, so Alexa said it's 6 degrees right now. And the high is supposed to be 8. So it'll probably be like 8 degrees in an hour. And then it's going to go back down to a low, a -4. But yeah, so it's really cold here. If y'all got some cold temps like I have in my neck of the woods, please do whatever you can to stay warm. Okay. So yeah, it's cold here. It's cold here. But and I'm making some chili too. I did me a little Walmart order. Got me some chili, got all my ingredients to make me some chili. Then also I got some ingredients to make me some pinto beans with smoked neck bones. So after maybe 3 days of chili, give or take, because after like 4 or 5 days, I'll be throwing shit out. But after like some days of chili, then I'm going to put me on some pinto beans in my crock pot and slow cook that bitch with some smoked neck bones and some cornbread. All right, but it is like really, really cold out there, y'all. But you said it's 19 in North Carolina. North Kakalaki, what up, Miss Hog? How you doing, love? You said it's 31 here, but that wind chill feels like downtown. Yes, the wind chill be everything, okay? It be that's why they be like, oh, it's 8 degrees, feel like -25. Like the other day, it was a feel like degree temp of like -30. And I was like, oh, hell no, because it was -6. So I was like, oh, and the feel like is negative. See, this the kind of temperature that I don't know how homeless people can survive out in the temperature. Thank God there are places for them. People be opening up churches and all kind of shelters and stuff because it's so cold where you can literally die in a couple of hours. That's how cold it is. But you said dirt fight with Ronnie. No. No. I'm gonna have to find that tea. Rule Shaker, because I haven't seen that. Oh, we got a little bit of snow. We got like an inch of snow. Hey, Dr. Sophie, how you doing, love? We only got an inch of snow last night. Other areas, like outer parts of our city, got more. We only got an inch, which I'm grateful for. But the cold, I can take the cold any day over the snow and ice. I can do the cold. I can bundle up. I can stay my ass in the house. But yeah, just be careful out there. But yeah, I'm gonna have to find that tea. You said dirt fighting Ronnie Q and respectfully M. Wow. Ronnie Q don't really be in no shit anymore. She be over there politicking, whatever you call it. Damn. Okay, I'll see what that's about. Or I can drop the link and you can fill me in. After I do my little bit of commentary, I'll drop the link always at the end. But I really only got 3 things I want to discuss. And the first one is coincides with the name of the show, which is, what in the IP addresses is going on. And so I was watching shit out of order because I didn't really know there was something going on until like maybe late last night or early this morning when I realized what the fuck was really going on. I think I had watched some of Envy, then I watched some of Pizza, then I watched some of Lemon, then I watched some of Goosey, then I watched some of Olivia, and all this shit was going and pointing me back in the other direction. I was like, okay, I need to reverse, back it up, because I didn't know what the fuck was going on with Pizza and Envy. I was like, I didn't understand. I was over there at Envy's house with him and his girl RY, and he was talking about his business and how he handled business and how he got LLCs and ain't nobody gonna disrespect his business and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck did Pizza do? What happened? What happened? So I heard Pizza over there going off, talking about he over there trying to dox me. He talking about he gonna find my IP address and put it out. I'm like, what the fuck done happened, y'all? What the entire fuck done happened, y'all? I was so lost. So basically, I went back and I backtracked. And speaking of little dirt, I know that's what y'all call him, a little dirt, but I might have to hit on a little bit of that too, because I saw them screenshots, the shit that they said he was doing to people in Nigeria or some shit, paying people like $8 a week to do some work. I don't know what the fuck. But anyway, so everybody was trying to figure out the beef between Pizza and Envy and RMY, including me. And they was on Goosey's panel. And so I was over there on Goosey panel, and Sassy was in the chat saying, can we please discuss, Envy and RMY's response to Pizza? So I was like, oh, this should be good. So I sat down, take a peek, take a little listen. And I heard that, Envy and RMY, they was on his panel, Manco TV, and Envy was talking about his business. He was showing all his business information, talking about here's my address, here's this, here's that. Come get me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I was still confused as to what Pizza did. So on Goosey's panel, they played Pizza explaining why she felt threatened by Envy, because I did see, this is where I was confused, because I did see Pizza hit Lemon's panel. And she was like up there pretending like she was crying. She was doing this fake crying thing. Oh, why you moderator in the chat? Why the attacking me? He's a man and he's attacking me. I'm like, what the fuck, Pizza? And so Lemon was like, do you want Envy to hit the panel? Because Lemon was like, I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know what you're talking about, sis. And so she said, no, I would prefer to speak with RMY. So a little bit later, RMY hit the panel. Pizza dropped down. I don't know why Pizza dropped down, but RMY came up there. And I'm like, okay, so we're going to hear why RMY or why Envy or whatever got this shit with Pizza, right? So they were up there talking about, RMY was up there talking about nobody was being nobody's being doxxed or something like that, or nobody was being threatened, or there was no threat of doxing. And I'm like, well, where did Pizza get this idea that people are going to dox her and get her IP address and all that, da 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 da. And so RY, she hit the panel again, and Envy, he was in the chat talking about, I don't want to hear this shit because it further irritates a narrative. So, all right, y'all, guaranteed bias. And I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? I wasn't following yet. I wasn't following. But then Lemon said, Envy, please. No, that was Goosey. Goosey, I'm sorry. I'm saying Envy. I'm saying Lemon. So Goosey was like, Envy, just chill the fuck out, because they were playing Lemon, and they were playing Pizza, and they were gonna play Envy, right? So Envy's in the chat, and he's like, y'all just gonna be biased or whatever. And Goosey's like, just please chill the fuck out. We gonna discuss your shit. We gonna play her shit. We just literally they were trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. I didn't understand why he was in the chat, like, so upset. I didn't understand that, why he was so upset. And so, Goosey's like, just chill out. So we was up there watching Lemon's video over there on Goosey's, and RY hit the panel. And I'm like, okay, we about to get the full picture here. So RY, she hits the panel, and she was basically saying, how nobody so this is what happened. So I guess Pizza had dropped down and put in Lemon's chat that they were over there talking about, him and Lolo, and, the whole situation with him and Lolo, and, he had said what he said about, their friendship or whatever to an extent. And people was dragging him for it. And they was like, Lolo should leave him alone, different things like that. So I guess R&Y didn't understand why would Pizza do some shit like that. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you be so upset about that? Don't we do that shit all the time? That's how our commentary is built, by people carrying bones, right? Like, somebody just dropped down in my chat saying Lil Dirt. Like, what if somebody came at Room Shaker and said, oh, Room Shaker over there in the Hood Table chat, and she said Lil Dirt over there fighting with Ronnie Q and Respectfully M. Then Room Shaker gonna be like, and you mad at me because of that? But R&Y was saying she was upset because she felt like that wasn't necessary to do. And why was that such a big deal to go, carry the bones over there when everybody for a very long time has been telling Lolo, about her relationship and how, Lemon doesn't really consider her a friend, and, whoop, right? So I'm going to read to y'all what she exactly said. Okay. So this is what R&Y had to say on Lemon's panel. She said, so I was in the bushes, right? And she said, I was trying to go to sleep, but I wanted to address Pizza. She said, of course, Envy and I are two different people, right? However, since working with him, I can see how he feels. He's been doing this thing for 7 years. Now, keep in mind, the reason why she's saying she see how he feels is because Pizza was going around saying that he was trying to dox her, or threaten to dox her, or, shit like that, right? And so she said that he had said he gonna get her IP address. And I haven't found that yet, right? I wasn't there to that commentary, right? So I was still a little confused at that point. So let me go on. And so she said he's been doing his thing for 7 years, and he feels like he's not supported, or people may be playing in his face with the support. I really didn't understand that part, what R&Y, where she was going with that. But anyway, she said, I can see because I have been working with him and I witnessed it with my own eyes. So that is his point of contention. This is what R&Y was saying to Lemon. And she said, okay, now with that being said, I saw in the chat piece where does an AI think for herself, or why can't she think for herself? And so she said, absolutely, I can. Because, somebody in the chat, I think it was Pizza or somebody said, can R&Y think for herself? And I think it was Pizza, because Pizza was going in over there talking about, you don't need no fuck ass nigga. Y'all, pizza had me cracking up. I had to get some water. She said, you don't need that fuck ass nigga. Why you won't make that fuck ass nigga be accountable for himself? See, this is what happened, you guys. Sorry, got a little hoarse. Had to drink some water. But this is what happens, you guys. When so many people are going live back to back to back, people doing 2, 3, 4 lives where you can catch their first live, then they responding to somebody else and they responded back 3, 4 times. So, this is what you get when you're trying to play catch up. But anyway, let me read on. So she said, yeah, RY can think for herself. Absolutely, I can. He has his way of thinking and I have my way of thinking. And we come together and we brainstorm. She said, now, when it comes to this doc stuff, nobody was threatened. Now, Pisa said she was threatened. And when I was over at Goosey's, I saw the screenshots of the chat. So in the chat, it says, MB said, Pisa, you are the most fucked up person, and these people, for whatever reason, let you rock out in this matter. I'm letting you know, on my life and character, that shit is dead with me. I am not them. Then Pisa said something like, boo-hoo, I don't give a fuck, you mad because y'all was questioning Lolo. Even Goosey said it. Y'all can't play this game with me. You are sensitive as fuck. So then Envy said, let me get a bone carrier some direction. Go to your phone, press settings, locations, and I will tell you the rest. Don't set all passwords on the same devices. Then he tagged Pisa after he said what he said. He said, let me get a bone carrier some direction. Go to your phone, press settings, go to location, and I will tell you the rest. Don't set all your passwords on the same device. And then after that, he tagged Pisa, because basically he was saying this to her, right? And so Pisa said, Envy, I'm so scared you gave me an IP address on me. And he said, well, stand on that then. No problem. Tax time. And then Pisa said, don't make me unleash my army's warriors on you. You weak as fuck. Getting mad about me telling Lemon what happened on your live with Jessica B. And I go back to say, I don't understand what the big deal was about. Her telling somebody that somebody was doing commentary on them. But anyway, Envy has said something about, he can have the IP address or something, by tomorrow morning. So that's why Pisa was like, that's fucked up. Envy trying to dox me. He talking about he can have my IP address by tomorrow. So that's why RNY and Envy did that whole live, basically because I guess he felt like since Pisa's threatening or saying that he's threatening her by putting out her IP address and by doxing her and whatnot, that this could affect his business or his image or his brand. Because he was up there showing his LLC. He was up there showing all his business shit. His business address was based out of Chicago and all kind of shit like that. So then RNY, when she was up on the panel, that's what she was talking about when it comes to that doxing stuff. She said nobody was threatened. She said nobody was threatened at all. And so RNY said, my issue today was when I read ball back on your live from last night when you and Lolo had that dramatic ending. And she said, something about, well, Lemon, did you hear about what happened over at Envy's? And you was like, what? And RNY said, yeah, you was just like, they told Lolo she needs to have a conversation with you about holding you accountable and other type of stuff. And RNY said, and you said, Lemon, who said it? And then Pisa said, Envy, RNY, Goosey. So let me read on to what RNY had to say about that. She said the problem that she had was how was that a bone to carry back when over 90% of the sector has said the same exact thing to Lolo. And they said the same exact thing to Lolo when you were on the same panel as Lolo. And she said, that's the part that kind of like made me scratch my head and go, what was that? And then I feel like you really did not have an issue when she said it because you was like, oh, envy? Oh, really? Like you was trying to work your way up, though, to a problem with it. And so RY said, but I don't know. I didn't understand why you were offended by that when, like I said, over 90% of the sector has said the same thing to Lolo in front of you. So that is where RY was coming from. So she said that's why she was so annoyed. She was extremely annoyed. And then she asked Lemon, was that the first time he ever heard someone say or tell Lolo that they need to have a conversation with you? A conversation in my Larry Reid voice. And Lemon said no. So let me get my thoughts on this because I saw the messages in the chat. I heard Pizza, I heard RY, I heard Envy, and I heard other people's commentary. And me personally, I understand why Pizza felt like she was about to be doxxed. I understand. And I read the messages several times. I listened to other people try to say what the messages meant and who the messages were directed to. Because Pizza kept saying at first he was just being in general. He was saying shit in general, not really directing shit to anybody. Then he started tagging her name and talking about IP addresses and locations and don't put all your devices with, shit like that. And I can have an IP address in the morning by tomorrow. So I definitely understand why Pizza felt like, maybe felt threatened. I understand that. And I don't think she was trying to come at his brand or throw some shit on him or put 20 on 10. And I know Pizza's a troll. We all know Pizza a troll. Pizza been trolling since trolling first began, okay? She is one of the very first trolls, all right? One of the trolls that never hit panels in the past. And then she just happened to, unlike most trolls just stay in the chat. But she decided to, create a channel, had a few of them snatched and kept creating. And if she get this one snatched, she'll still be creating like a lot of other people out here. But I definitely, from my point of view, I can see why she felt that way. Now, whether he was really going to dox her or try to get her IP address or anything like that, I don't know. It sound pretty threatening though to me, but that's just my take on it. And I didn't listen to them. I listen to her. I listen to them. I listen to they, and them, they, they, them, and y'all. Okay, so that's just how I felt. So I don't know. That's just how I felt. But anyway, what up, Riz? How you doing, love? Good morning, or is it good afternoon? Good afternoon. But coming from this chilly part of the world where it is 6 degrees per my Alexa, I hope you guys are all staying warm in my radio voice. But so anywho, as far as that's all I gotta say about that, because I don't know if he really, I don't know. I don't know why you would even say all that shit and put it in the chat and tag her. I don't know why you would even say that type of stuff, but he said it. Okay, he said it. So, oh yeah, morning for you. That's right, because you're on California time. Okay, let me stop. Okay. Oh, okay. Now, what was the next thing I was going to talk about? Yeah, the funniest part. Okay, the funniest part of listening to R&Y explain to Lemon why the fuck she had a problem with what Pizza did. Okay. And then about, trying to say Pizza was threatened. The funniest part about listening to all that shit was the fact that after R&Y went into detail why she was upset, what did Lemon do? He totally went left and spaced out and started going in about fighting and I'm the best fighter. You know who is that motherfucker? Muhammad Ali? Was that the one that was always talking about nobody can beat me? I'm the finest. I'm the best. I'm the one of them boxers. I can't remember which one it was. He was over there. Can't nobody whoop me. Tell me who can. Which one of y'all bitch ass, pussy ass, fuck ass, hoe ass niggas? You house up, I send your ass home packing, I do this, I do that, I bust your head to the white meat, how your mama cried, just. And RY is sitting on the panel like, Everybody's like, what? I mean, he went on a tangent, another tangent about fighting. You said it's going to snow. We going to get 13. Ooh. Stay warm, stay in the house, and stay prayed up. And I hope you already made preparations to be in the house with all the things you need: water, food, snacks, liquor, rock salt. We know how to get down here in the Midwest. When they say snow, I be ordering like 2-3 bags of rock salt, all kind of shit, soup, all kind of shit, toilet paper, tissue. I just be stacking up, even though I be having, we already have shit, but when it's snow coming and the streets are bad, and sometimes it takes the city to clear the hood. You know how it is. If y'all stay in cities, y'all know they do the burbs first. They do the business districts, the downtown district, and they slowly make their way to the hood. By the time they make their way to us, it be summertime damn near. And we can't even get off our fucking blocks. But yeah, so we know how to prepare up here. But so Lemon was having another tangent about fighting. I don't know why he's so gung-ho on fighting at the goddamn show. Like, did somebody promise him a fight? Did somebody promise him 2 rounds in the ring? Is that what King Payne over there doing? Because I ain't never heard somebody so gung-ho about a fight. And I used to fight back in my days, and I ain't never... Shit, a bitch want to fight? All right, we'll fight. I mean, I'm like, I don't understand it. But he was going on and on and on. Talking about, can't nobody beat him up. Can't nobody sector with my ass. RY, she was like, and what did all of this have to do with anything? Like, she literally sat there and told him her grievances. And he just totally, like, ignored whatever the fuck she said and went on a tangent. Lemon was like, oh, nothing. Finally, when he calmed down, he was like, oh, nothing. Didn't have to do nothing. Now, what was you saying? What was your question? She said, you know what, Lemon? I forgot. Her question was, so was that the first time you ever heard somebody say or tell Lolo that they need to have a question, have a conversation with you about his behavior or their friendship? That's what her question was. But she had totally forgot her question, and he ran it on again. Even after she said, what does that have to do with anything? And he said, what was your question again? He immediately started going off again, talking about fighting. RY, she was like, well, I guess I'll go. And she dropped down. That nigga Lemon was like, ain't nobody gonna lady snoop my ass. He was like, ain't nobody about to lady snoop my ass. I'll whip all y'all niggas. I mean, he was going off. But anyway, again, I understand why Pizza felt or still feels the way she did about, that whole situation. I really do. He believes he can beat up Mike Tyson. He believes that he can beat up everybody, okay? Everybody in the club. But so that's all I have to say about that. Now, when it comes to the Lemon and Lolo situation, I was in agreement, like, this most recent time where he said he was caught saying that she's my friend to an extent, or we're friends to an extent. And everybody's like, oh, fuck that, Lolo. I told you when he ain't your friend. He ain't looking out for you. He ain't got the best interest in her for you. He just using you. He just, people is, putting all that shit in her ear. And then people was dragging her for wanting to even be around somebody that young and hanging out with somebody that young, somebody who don't disrespect her. And then, when King Roman had his call in, people was up there calling in saying the same shit, talking about Lolo and Lemon's friendship, and she need to find people her own age, and what kind of person want to fuck around with some drunk ass 30-something-year-old boy living with his mama that be falling asleep on lives all day and disrespecting her, because that ain't the first time he done disrespected her, or the second, right? So Lolo had hit King Roman's panel because she called in. She called into his panel, and she was like, first of all, I'm a grown ass woman. And can't nobody tell me who to be friends with and who not to be friends with. She said, ain't nothing wrong with my age and his age. And Lolo said the people who keeps calling her, because people was calling her and checking on her and making sure she was all right after Lemon had said that shit about her. And she was like, for the people who keep calling me, I'm okay. I'm all right. I will be fine. And then she said, and fuck everybody who believes she cannot be friends with Lemon because of his age. So I say that to say again, I was in agreement with most people when they were saying that Lolo ain't gonna leave Lemon. Lolo ain't gonna stop fucking around with Lemon. And why should she? You know, he done disrespected her plenty times. And and she's still there. She ain't went nowhere there. Y'all remember when they first met in Vegas, right? And he was making fun of her and she was shunned. None of them was hanging out with her. And then y'all remember just Andrea and them had went down there, not to kick it with them, but they just happened to be down there, in that area. And so they went to her hotel and kicked it with her for a minute. Do y'all remember Lemon was walking around, making fun of her when they realized how she walked because, her disability or something wrong with her spine or whatever. So that ain't the first time he disrespected her and she still stayed in his good graces. So why would she leave after he said something like, she's my friend to an extent? Why? You say he thinks he beat everybody because he wrestled Shakim only. But they was wrestling around on a couch and looked like they was playing. Looked like they was tickling each other. Oh, looked like they was tickling each other in flip-flops and socks and do-rags and shades. That shit was funny. Oh, that shit was funny. Y'all. But can I play y'all throwback since we on this topic of disrespect? Because some of y'all probably weren't around. I'm gonna play y'all retro 2024. It's 2026. I'm gonna play y'all a video from 2024. Hold on, let me put on my banner just in case people come in and wonder if what I'm playing is current time. I'm gonna hit mute. But yes, I was watching the video. I just got the video clip of Lemon making fun of Lolo. Lemon. Now, it was said to Lolo that once she get down there, that people was gonna be making fun of her. They was already teasing her and stuff because she gotta use a wheelchair while she's down there because of her condition. Even though she can walk, she just, hey, sometimes when you get old, you need a little assistance. No shade at all. We all gonna get there one day. Trust and believe. Some of us sooner than others. But for them to be making fun of her, oh, Lemon. Oh, wow. Anyway, y'all, I don't know if y'all seen the video, but I think it was on Nessa's chat. But yeah, Lemon was in the bathroom and he was walking bent down, hunched down. Y'all saw Brianna doing it on her video. He was like hunched down or something, like he was rolling in a wheelchair or something like that. Oh man. See, ain't no friends on YouTube, Frida. Ain't no friends on YouTube, they say. That's Jay Wilson's famous words. Jay Wilson's famous words. Ain't no friends on YouTube. But they cool. They was up there last night. Shakim was at her hotel room. And who else? Lemon and Shakim was at her hotel room. She said they was kicking over there and drinking and doing whatever. And she said they was having a great time and all that. So they just could be just having a little fun at somebody else's expense. But I think overall they are cool. Now Lolo did say that she was meeting up with somebody. She said she had a visitor who was coming to see her. Now, she didn't say who the visitor was, but she said they were going to meet her downstairs. So while she was doing her makeup, she got notified that the visitor was there. So I don't know who the visitor was. Did y'all see who the visitor was? Because I haven't been back over at Lolo's in a about 15 minutes or 30 minutes. So she might have posted a picture or something like that. But I don't know. But yeah, so Lolo has a visitor. You said that shit ain't right. Yeah, it's not right. It's not cool. It's not cool. What up? How you doing? Hey, Andrea. Hey, Jill. Illuminate Grow. How you doing? What's up? What's good? Did you say just Andrea? I didn't see Andrea in here. I'm saying hey, Andrea, and I didn't even see Andrea. But is Andrea in here? Jill said Andrea, but I don't say. Oh, you just left for. Oh, you just left from Andrea. Oh, it was Andrea. Low, hanging out with Lolo. Appreciate that. Oh, look at Jill. Come. Oh, look at Jill come through in the clutch. But yeah, thank you so much for that tea. I appreciate that. So yeah, Andrea, she's down there and she is with Lolo, hanging out with Lolo. Hopefully they'll be able to get out about and enjoy some of the city and enjoy what Vegas has to offer. I don't know if they're both going to see Jeezy tonight or not, but whatever they end up doing, whatever anyone does today, it is the last night for some of them. So I hope they make the most of it. I really do. That goes for VS, Cam, Queen, Ness and her crew, KRN. I know KRN and Sean and all them is having a blast. You know, I know they are. They are just like the coolest group probably down there, child. Because you know they out there, they down over there. Where was they at? What was I about to say? I was about to say Mount Rushmore, the Grand Canyon. They at the Grand Canyon and stuff. Somebody did say though, I ain't going on vacation to look down in no hole. I'm scared of the Grand Canyon. I heard that people go there and never be seen again. So I don't know if I'll ever get down to the Grand Canyon. And that's being honest, because I done heard some horror stories about the Grand, like that's the black hole. Shit. So I don't know. I'll probably never get down to the Grand Canyon, but I'm sure they have. All right. You remember seeing that clip? What up, Illuminegro? Hey, White Tanya. How you doing, Miss Ray? But yeah, I just have to play that because some people don't remember, you know, some of the newer people, some people just don't remember, you know, that just a couple of years ago when they was down there in Vegas, they was down there, you know, talking about her back, her neck, and her back. Her in a wheelchair, can't walk. I mean, it. And then it got to the point where everybody else was doing shit by themselves and in pairs and groups, and she wasn't. And then, you know, that's when I was talking about. She said she had a visitor at her at the hotel. Somebody was meeting her downstairs, and it happened to be just Andrea. Somebody had gave us a tea in the chat. And then, matter of fact, I think later that same video I just played y'all, or either the next day, I think just Andrea had hit our link and told us how she had, you know, met up with her and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, everybody was like, that was so fucked up because Lemon, she considered Lemon and them her friends. She had been sitting on Lemon's panel for like every day for a long time, months and weeks on end. And then when they finally met at the Vegas, and then for her to see, not just hear, but see him on a video pretending like he's scooting a wheelchair and shit, making fun of her, and they laughing and carrying on, and I mean, she felt a kind of way, and then it was a lot. Then remember when they was getting into it about, she said that they had drunk up all her liquor. Then they was like, no, she had invited us to her room and we was up there drinking liquor. She said they drunk all the liquor at the wet bar, which was of course gonna charge her. It was like I don't know how much, $60 worth of liquor or something. But she said she ended up. Somebody ended up going to take care of that. The sponsor of the trip said they would take care of that. So she didn't have to take care of it. But yeah, it was a lot of drama down there. And then they came back and it was kumbaya again. So a lot of us was like, yeah, he said she's my friend to a certain extent, but the fuck? Shit, she ain't gonna stop fucking around with his ass over something like that. But yeah, and I was listening to Olivia, and Olivia was saying, you know, she ain't gonna leave him because she's an opportunist, just like Lemon. Olivia said she's not going to leave Lemon because they both are opportunists, and it's like they are a good pair. Okay, they're basically made for each other. They are match made in heaven because no matter what go down, they will be there thick and thin for each other. And it's not. I don't think it has anything to do with the friendship or a friendship. I think it has something to do with content and commentary. And their channels, platforms, clicks, and views, subscribers. I really do. Because there's not too many triple OGs that's going to be hanging around some young cats while them young cats is constantly disrespecting them, even to their face. Like, it's not too many triple OGs. OGs going to be letting some young cat, like, that's like letting your kid talk about you and disrespect you in your damn face. I ain't going to do it. Shit, and my kids know they can't do it. Their friends know they can't do it. Shit, when my kids was coming up, even to this motherfucking age, the last event that we had over here was the fight party. Besides like Labor Day, but the fight party for Terrence Crawford, and when he had fought, and of course, everybody here in the city was having fights and stuff. That's hometown, homegrown, our champ, and so everybody was having parties. And my son was like, "Can my friends from work come?" I was like, "What friends? What's their name? What's their last name? Who they people?" Don't be bringing up, Mom, you already know what type of people I bring around you. I'm not going to bring around nobody that's about no bullshit. My sons even know. They friends have to be respectful in my crib. Shit. But again, they know that I can be a lot of fun. I'm real cool. I'm real down to earth. I might be strict. I might put my foot up your ass if you get out of pocket. But this was the house every kid wanted to be at and still want to be at. Every time something going on, his friend, your mama cooking? Is mom's cooking? Can we slide? They love being over here at my crib. They love it. But yeah, I still put a nigga in check, especially a young Thundercat. Nigga, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. And let my kids know that some young ass Thundercat is talking to me or treating me that way. Oh, it's a wrap. It wouldn't be no talking about fighting. But nah, I mean, hey, that's their friendship or whatever the fuck they got going on. So, Lolo said it herself when she called in the King Romans. Everybody who fucking thinks that me and Lemon can't be friends because of my age, fuck y'all. That's what she said. But other than that, was there anything else I wanted to talk about? Hold on. Let me get a drink of water. Oh. So a lot of people was wondering what the fuck was up with that shit they was talking about with Shaquem and the I don't know, scamming. Now we all know Shaquem done ran some scams over here, so that didn't surprise me. When I was over there at Goosey's and they were showing all those screenshots of some man that felt like he was scammed. He had something going on. Some people in Nigeria or something, and they said he was supposed to be paying them like $8 a week or so. I don't know. Them Nigerians, I don't know how much money they normally make, but I know a lot of people over there in that part of the world is broke. Okay, so maybe $8 to them is like, I don't know, $1,000 to us in a week. I don't know, but anyway, if y'all want to go over there to Goosey's, Goosey has showed some screenshots of the shit that they were talking about, because once somebody had said that on somebody's panel about him scamming some Nigerians. I remember when did they say that to Lolo? They said, I kind of remember, I think they did say it to Lolo because Lolo was like, I don't know, it was somebody they said it to, and they was like, let me find out. He really over there scamming some Nigerians. I don't know who the hell it was or who panel it was, but that shit was funny as all the fuck. But anyway, yeah. So they have showed the receipts over there or that, but I really don't want to get into that. I'm just leading y'all where to go if y'all want to find out. But it's right in the beginning of Goosey's channel. Now, one thing I did hear, they also said, Olivia said that people were talking about people not getting support and something about YT cameras or something. This is what I heard. Okay, that she was saying how she don't be getting a lot of people in her chat anymore. I don't know. I didn't listen to her past that because I had things to do, but so I got to go back and finish. But when it comes to the support over here, I always say I appreciate no matter who's in my chat, 10, 20, 100, whatever. I done had up to 1,000 before. I done had up to, I think, 1,100 at one time in my chat at one time while I was doing a review of a court case. But when it comes to the support over here, I'll never beg people to support me. I just won't do it. But I also don't show as much support as I used to. See, when I was fresh and naive, and everybody was trying to come up in the YouTube world and trying to get their channels grown and popping, I was supporting everybody. I mean, everybody. Clicks, views, shares, cash apps here and there, super chats, different things like that. And I just noticed over time how it's not even halfway reciprocated most of the time. And there are a lot of cliques who only support each other, and they only route people to certain people's channel, and they only, you know what I'm saying? So I pull back a lot of support. I still watch. I'll get people clicks and views. But as far as monetary donations and liking and sharing and all that other bullshit, the people who fuck with me on that level, I fuck with them on that level. Y'all know who you are. Y'all can go up and down my wall and see all the times I done shared y'all out. Now, every now and then, every so many few months, I go through and clean my wall off because that's just a lot of bullshit to be sharing all the time. But every now and then, I'll clean my wall off and I'll start over posting and sharing shit. But yeah, the people who do for me, I do for them. And that's just where I'm at now. I'll never sit up here and complain. Ain't nobody over here. Ain't nobody sharing me. Ain't nobody, you know, people be begging for redirects and all that kind of bullshit. That will never be the hood table. It ain't never been the hood table. Hey, what up, Dr. J? What up, Pastor Williams? Pastor Williams will tell you I've been around here for years. He ain't never heard me begging for nothing on this motherfucker. Not for a click, not for a view, not for a... I don't be over here begging and crying about who don't support me. The ones who support me, I appreciate your support, and I support you back. So that's how that goes. But anyway, that's all I got. That's all I got going on. That's all I wanted to do commentary on. I will go back and see what Room Shaker was talking about when she said Lil Dirt was over there. Did you hear about that, Pastor J. Wilson? Somebody came in here and said Lil Dirt. Y'all know who y'all call Lil Dirt. Was over there arguing, or he's into it with Ronnie Q. And respectfully, I don't know nothing about that, but I'm gonna try to go find it. Yeah, the pastor said never. But yeah, I'm gonna go look for that, and I'll try to keep watching. I'm trying to keep, giving y'all a little commentary here and there. Yeah, go find it, Jay Wilson, so I can go over there and watch you. Barbecue. Oh, that'd be funny when you be calling her that though. But yeah, something going on. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna try to find out so maybe I can talk about it on my next show. I'm trying to give y'all a little bit on a daily. I'm trying at least 30 minutes. I've been doing okay, y'all. So y'all keep me motivated, by showing up though, and liking and sharing and dropping down and interacting in the chat. So yeah, but other than that, that's all I got, you guys. Make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe if you happen to be new here. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.